Doesn't that look stripped? Oh, it's stripped.
That's not good. What is going on? We are here. I don't know if you saw, but this is a bad thing. If you look down here, your center console should not be able to lift up off the ground like that. So now we're going to go through the long process, taking it all apart and redoing it. Should be fun. Stick around. Alright, so first things first, we're going to remove the fish finder. Not everybody's going to have it. I just have these two wires we unplug here. This one and that one. And I want to do this in a way where I don't have to, I mean, I'm going to have to remove everything to get the holes, but I don't want to have to like completely remove like the steering, the throttle, all of that. So once we get this out of the way, what I'm going to do is, if you look right here on the ground, there's screws that go all the way around. We're going to pop these screws. We're going to undo these screws. Then I'm going to pull the fuel tank out from underneath here, and then just see if I can lift the console straight up, put some wood under it, and that will give me enough room. So this should be fun. These screws on this side. None of these screws on this side are even connected. So, yay! Well, as you can see, it's going to take a minute, so I'm going to do this, and then we'll be back. Got the console out. And as you can see, let me see if I can get in there close enough. See those holes right there? There's one, there's one. There's two more back there, a couple more. See that hole right there? So what wound up happening is, over time, because it's just a thin piece of fiberglass, just hitting waves and all of that, it wound up stripping the screw out. So what we're gonna do now, we got it up, we kind of cleaned up around it. Ooh, it was a lot of work. What we're gonna do now is dry it up as best we can, suck it out with the shop vac, make sure there's no water or anything getting beneath it, and then we're gonna mix up some fiberglass and shoot it down in each of those holes. So this should be fun. Allen key, a bent nail, or anything like that. I'm using, I don't know if you can see that, it's just a little pick. And what I'm doing is I'm sticking it down in the hole and kind of scraping the foam right underneath the fiberglass. I want to make like a mushroom on the bottom, so when I put the epoxy in, it comes up against the bottom of the fiberglass so that it can't get pulled back up. So just quickly sticking it under here. And just reaming out a little bit of the foam. Not a lot, just enough to give it something to hold on to. And then I'm also looking at the foam. Again, I don't know if you can see that, but it's still good and white. And it feels pretty dry, which means it isn't waterlogged, which is a good thing. All right, now that I've scraped out all of them, I'm just gonna take the shop vac, go through it one more time, make sure there's no foam or anything down in the holes. And actually, before I even get further into that, I'm going to check one more time. Make sure, nope. There's not a chance of rain tonight. You don't want it getting wet. So even though I'm under a cover, I still don't want anything getting wet. So now it is time to mix our fiberglass and put it down into the holes. Never done it before, but can't be that hard, right? All right, like I said before, I've never done this. I've worked with fiberglass before. I used to do stereos, so I've done like custom fiberglass enclosures. But what we're gonna wind up using is this. Okay, it's West Systems from West Marine. It's a epoxy. It's a 2-part epoxy. It comes in these little packs. You mix up pack 1 and pack 2 in not a styrofoam cup, because it will eat through that, with a red Solo cup. And we're gonna add in a little bit of baby powder. And the reason we're gonna do that is because we need it to be a little thicker than syrup. So we're gonna do that. And then West System 807 are syringes. So then we'll fill up a syringe and then pour it down. You're also gonna need plastic gloves, because this stuff, you don't wanna get it on you. And I didn't buy any stirrers, so I'm just using bamboo skewers. So let's see how it works. Thank you. So, just gonna cut the top along the dotted line, like the picture says. Look at that, some already spilled out on me. So I'm wearing gloves. I'm gonna put it into a cup. It needs to be plastic or metal. Squeeze all of it out. It's probably not going to be enough. So I'm going to use 2 packets. But I got to do it quick. You only have 10 minutes of work time with this.
It's like harvesting organs.
Huh?
It's like harvesting organs. You gotta do it really quickly.
You do have to. It's super quick. Pick that stuff up in a second.
You want me to?
So honestly, those two packs filled the cup up to about right here. And we're just going to take our bamboo skewer. We're going to mix it together.
It'd be better if you didn't have a froth. Mom, if we had an extra frother.
Huh?
So it'd be nice if we had an extra frother.
So it's a uniform color, which is hard to see because it's clear. Ooh, that's hot though. Which is pretty normal for fiberglass. Alright, I want you to put just a little in here. That's good. Let's put a little more. Just the same, about the same amount. Come on, remember we only have like 10 minutes.
Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna call that good. And probably should have had all of this prepped ready to go before, but like I said, this is my first time doing it too, so Need to learn from my mistakes. So I'm gonna just pop out the plunger. I'm gonna go over the side of the boat to do this. So those 2 packs filled up that entire syringe. Now, oh, we're dripping. Now we're just gonna put it in the hole in. All of them look good?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it. I mean, it took us start to finish
45 minutes?
Yeah, about half an hour, 45 minutes. 2 packs of the fiberglass, and then honestly I'm just gonna wait overnight and hopefully tomorrow this is all hardened, and it should be hardened in the next 2 to 3 hours. And we can put the console back down, re-drill holes, and should be right as rain. So, all right, we'll get back to the boat fix in just a second. But the best Bible illustration I can come up with this is simple. In Luke 14, Jesus is given a parable, and he goes, "Which of you seeking to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost?" Now, with this project, like I've said over and over and over again, I've never done this before, and it was very intimidating, and it was like I was like, uh-oh, this is a big deal. However, after doing it, and I know it's not done yet, but after doing this part of it, I definitely went, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because first, I sat down and did the research. I sat down and just, hey, we live in a day and time, it ain't like when I was younger and you had to go to the library. We live in a day and time now where all of this took a couple of minutes to sit down, do the research, talk to the people at West Marine. They helped out a whole lot. Thanks, Sam. You know, he was the one that kind of pointed me in this direction. And then it was just to do it. And again, that's what having faith is sitting here going, I'm just going to get it done because I believe. So that's our Bible for the verse, or that doesn't make sense. That's our Bible for the video. How's that? All right, back to the boat fix. Well, all right. Welcome to day 2. I know I'm wearing the same clothes, and that says more about my wardrobe design than I think anything else. But it was only a partial success, so I'm not drilling holes today. A couple of the holes, the foam that's underneath the fiberglass sucked in the fiberglass that I was putting in, so the holes never filled. Now, yes, I thought that was a loss, but what it's done now is put a coating on the foam to make it more non-porous. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this screw and I'm just going to kind of ream out all of the holes, spray it down with some brake cleaner to make sure there's no oil and residue, vac all of the holes out again, and then we're going to mix up this. This is White Marine Tex. It's an epoxy repair kit. Handles like putty, hardens like steel, sands like wood. And then we're gonna go ahead and just put that into these holes. So ain't nothing to it but to do it. for the real fun part. So it's a 2-part epoxy. I have this bowl to mix it in. So it is this stuff. It says harmful if swallowed, so I don't plan on eating it. Mix thoroughly the entire contents of catalyst. First aid, flush eyes with water for 15 minutes. Remove contaminated clothing. That's its skin. If you ingest it, it says get prompt medical attention. Don't eat it, I guess is what they're trying to say. Alright, so just looks like a regular epoxy. So we'll go ahead and get that into the bowl. I just have an old pencil that I'm going to use just to get it out.
What do you need? You want to hold it?
That's fine. I'll put it right here. No, it's not. Maybe ask this quick dry. It's not. Actually, it says it'll start curing in about 2 to 3 hours, but it takes about 24 to 36 hours for the full cure.
That's not right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think it is actually ambient temperature is thick. Looks like it's gonna be all of it. Like I said, one of the fiberglass holes worked, so and that's a win. Stuff is sticky. Alright, so all I'm gonna do now is like make a little hole right there in the middle. Build it up maybe along the side, I don't know. And then take part 2, which is this. This is just a catalyst. I think the lid was open a little bit. And then just dump it in there.
Was there some out of it already?
It looked like there might have been.
It came like that?
Yeah. And then just mix it up. So we mix it, just become a little more fluid, a little more creamy. There's smoke coming off it. That's
Get
there's smoke coming off it. First aid said, get fresh air and wash off the water. Now luckily that's only part 1. Okay, fine. So just stir it. We're going to see it's a little more soupy. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. One thing. That looks like drywall piece now. Everything forms a little. So, right. I don't know. How do you do that? So what I'm going to do is just take a little, put it on here, and then kind of get it into the hole. Can you grab? I don't know if you can reach that, can you?
This?
This. Good catch. We'll go ahead and start with this first hole. Just get a little bit, run it down into the hole. Because now what I'm going to do, clean this little spatula off. And I'm going to take a screw, and I'm just going to kind of push that screw down into the hole to make sure I get material down in the hole. So it fills up. Make sure I get everything filled in the hole. All right, welcome to day 3 now. And hopefully this should be the last day. I think we got it. If you look right here, you can see It has cured. It is super hard. It passes our click test. So now what we're going to do is you're going to need various drill bits. I have the screws that we took out, and then we are going to put 3M 4200, not 5200. This is more of a seal. It's an adhesive sealant, so I mean it does have some adhesive to it, but it's more for sealing. And what we're going to do is I'm going to start on the console with this hole and the same one on the other side of the boat, and hopefully that will line up the rest of the holes to be able to put everything back together. So what I'm going to do is take a screw. All these screws are the same size, and we're going to find a drill bit that isn't too big. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of put it like this, and as you can see, the threads don't stick out. As you can see, the threads don't stick out at all. If I were to put the drill bit in front of it, you should only be able to see thread. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so as you can see, I got tape marked on the drill bit, so I know how deep to go. And like I said, we're going to go in this first hole, and then the same hole on the other side. Just, this is super easy to get to, and I want to just go straight down, nice and slow, nice and straight. And there we go. And just like that, it ate through it with no problem. So we got the hole drilled out. We got the console in place. And put a little bit of this sealant in the hole. Alright, and then we took and put sealant on the screw threads too, and that way it will put a little more. You don't want water seeping down there. And there we go. And as you can tell, it is grabbing like a brand new hole. Now I'm going to leave it a little loose for right now, just so I can move it as I need to. I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same thing in that back hole. Alright, so again, take our adhesive, squeeze some down in the hole, take some, put it on the threads. You don't need a lot, just want to make sure that water isn't seeping down in there. Go. Once it's started, and there we go, rock solid. And there you go, just like that. Yes, it took a long time, but as you can see, the console's in, the whole boat is shaking, it is firm, it is good to go. And it was something I'd never done before. And yes, it took 3 days, and that was aggravating. And when the epoxy that I first used got soaked into the foam, that was aggravating. But sometimes that's what it's all about. You just keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, because in this life you will have trouble, but take heart. Jesus says, I have overcome this world. So hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, hit me up, and let's get back out on the water and get back to mission.